What if someone told you that the story you've been telling yourself all this time was a lie? How would you react? What if the identity you've believed to be your true self for years wasn't actually who you are? Yes, that's the truth. The identity you think you are right now exists because you've identified yourself with the messages you've been told for years. Maybe your parents or your teacher told you when you were little that you were lazy, or that you would never be successful. Maybe no one ever truly gave you unconditional love, and you came to believe that you weren't worthy of being loved. Between the ages of 0 and 7, our brains operate primarily in the theta state, making us highly receptive to whatever we're told. We tend to accept those messages as absolute truth, especially when they come from the people who take care of us, like our parents or our teachers. Maybe they constantly told you, you need to work harder, or this isn't enough. But here's the secret. They probably weren't even aware of what they were doing. In reality, it was one subconscious mind communicating with another. They may never have intended to shape your identity this way, but your mind accepted those messages as truth and built the foundation of the person you believe you are today. First, let's understand what the real self actually means. We are infinite consciousness experiencing life through a limited physical body. This consciousness is connected to the universe, to a higher power, and exists beyond the limits of this 3D reality. When you feel sadness or anxiety, you believe you are the one experiencing those emotions. But the truth is, you are the awareness observing them. The events you experience are reflections of your mind. The way you react to those events comes from your beliefs, and your beliefs create your identity. This is the key. The core beliefs imprinted on our minds since childhood created the identity we think we are. But the identity that once protected us no longer serves us as adults. Maybe it's finally time to acknowledge it, thank it, and let it go. The first thing we need to do is look at the story we've been telling ourselves for years. Maybe your subconscious is carrying beliefs like, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm a failure, I always end up disappointed. Now, guess what begins to manifest in your life? More people who make you feel unworthy, more situations that reinforce failure, more experiences that end in disappointment. The truth is, nothing is actually wrong, because the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you believe you are. If you desire a loving relationship but deep down believe you're unworthy of love, you'll naturally attract people who confirm that belief. People who don't love you or even hurt you. But now you're becoming aware of it. Nothing outside of you is abnormal. Every person who enters your life is a mirror, reflecting the hidden beliefs you've been carrying inside. If you recognize those beliefs and transform them, those people complete their purpose and naturally leave your life. But if you don't, the person may leave, but someone else will eventually arrive to trigger the very same wounds and emotions again. That's exactly what we call a cycle. The only way to break that cycle is to realize that you are the higher consciousness we've been talking about, to step back and observe your life from the perspective of awareness. Notice your beliefs, notice your patterns. Notice that everything is unfolding exactly as it needs to. So, what comes after observing our old version? We thank it, because in its own way, it once tried to protect us. And then, we let it go. Yes, we let it go. Whatever you hold on to is fed by your energy, and whatever receives your energy continues to grow. Once you release it, it may not disappear overnight, but the moment you choose your new version, you begin creating a new identity from a higher level of consciousness. So, how do we do that? According to the quantum field, every possibility exists at the same time. That includes every possible version of you. Right now, in this very moment, you can choose the identity you want to become. Remember, first you become, then you receive. Let go of the old story and write yourself a new one. Take out a blank piece of paper and write down every limiting belief that comes to mind. Yes, our minds rarely stay quiet, but this time that's actually helpful. The more we become aware of them, the more we can release them. Now, write a new belief next to every old one. A belief that aligns with the version of yourself you're choosing to become. Nurture those new beliefs like seeds you've just planted. Feed them with your energy. Feel them. With joy, with life, with compassion. The old beliefs, on the other hand, become like a plant that's left without water. Eventually, they wither away. Remember, in order to become someone new, the old version of you has to die. Don't forget that. Keep moving forward. In 3D reality, time follows your state of being. So don't worry, just observe, and never forget, you are infinite consciousness. What you're witnessing right now may simply be the final scenes of your old identity. The people who once made you feel small may leave your life, or they may begin treating you differently because your new identity is reflected back to you. Don't be surprised. Because, as we said from the beginning, everyone you meet is your mirror. Now that you've learned the lesson, it's time to receive the reward and begin living according to the new code you've written for yourself. The mind works much like a computer. Your body is the hardware, your mind is the software, and your life is the screen displaying the results. If your software is programmed with fear, chaos, and limiting beliefs, your reality will reflect exactly that. But when you update the software, the image on the screen changes too. Perhaps the greatest gift we've ever been given is that our lives are not fixed by destiny. We can choose again. Life is simply a beautiful playground. So, are you ready to become a better player? Starting today, how about looking into the mirror and meeting yourself again? The face may look the same, but the person behind it has already begun to transform. If you'd like more videos to guide you toward becoming your highest version, don't forget to subscribe, and let me know in the comments how this video made you feel.